Hi everybody, this is Charlize Nocti Girl here to share my passion for Leica and anything photographic related. Today we're taking a close look at the reissued M6 that was released in October of 2022. Though the M6 model isn't the longest produced M by Leica, it certainly is one of the most popular. So popular that Leica brought it back 20 years after the last TTL version was made. It also reflects the resurgence of film photography in our digital world today. The 2022 reissue is a throwback to the original 1984 version of the M6, and Leica made that clear with its box, packaging, and even the big lights logo on the front. Compared to the 2021 edition of the MP and MA that I unboxed in this other video, this box is a lot smaller and way more simplistic in its design. As opposed to the modern multi-drawer box design, we have this smaller paper box for instruction manuals and other small accessories, and this bigger, more sturdy plastic box that houses the camera. So in the paper box, we have a spare battery door, a test certificate certifying that the camera was examined by experienced professionals, a product registration card in multiple languages, and this very retro-looking instruction manual. And I call this retro-looking because you can clearly see that the design aesthetics between this and these are quite different. We know that this is probably a throwback to the original instruction manual included in the 1984 version. Now let's take a look at this box. It's a very solid, sturdy box with the Lights logo on the front. So the interior is lined with red felt fabric with white Lights logo and font. I'm not a fan of how the camera body cap is imprinted on here. Perhaps they could have raised the box cover or the lining by a few millimeters to prevent this from happening. Anyway, a camera strap is included in the box, and it's a leather strap with the name Leica embossed on there. I believe the 1984 version included a less desirable nylon strap, which surprisingly was the same strap that was included in the 2021 version of the MA. Anyway, here is the camera. Immediately, you might notice the red dot on the camera saying Lights instead of Leica. Apparently, when the M6 was first produced, it was manufactured in Wetzlar, and that first batch of M6s produced all had the red dot saying Lights. After production was moved to Zoms in 1986, the logo was changed to Leica due to the fame of the Leica trade name. Now, there are a few other differences between the reissued M6 and the original. Though Leica advertised the camera as an M6 reissue, it's essentially an MP. The top and bottom plates are made out of solid brass just like the MP, instead of the zinc alloy casting used on the original M6. This means the reissued M6 weighs just a bit more than the original. The finish on the reissue is also different. It uses the same black paint in leather red as the M11 with a finer, smoother texture. The meter readout in the viewfinder is also like the MP, where it has the two arrows with a circle in the middle as opposed to just the two arrows in M6 Classic. The engraving on the top plate might make some of you current M6 Classic owners scratch your heads because a lot of the Classic M6s don't have engravings on the top plate. Apparently, only M6s that were manufactured in Wetzlar had the inscription Ernst Lights Wetzlar GmbH, meaning M6s produced between 1984 to 1986 had that engraving. The plastic anti-rub inserts on the sides of the top plate are also removed, The original M6s manufactured between 1984 to 1986 were produced without them. Currently, the reissue is only available with the 0.72 viewfinder magnification, whereas in the original M6s we also had an option of 0.85 and later in the TTL version, a 0.58 viewfinder magnification. If you're interested in learning more about M6s, other than just a reissue, check out this video here. Alrighty, you've been knocked up today and I'm really knocked out. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!